Hey, welcome back to the channel. What if I told you that a tiny $2 coin, something you might overlook in your change, could be worth 95,000 today? These aren't myths. These aren't antiques. They're real Australian $2 coins from the last decade, and they've turned ordinary pocket change into life-changing fortunes. In the next few moments, you'll discover why collectors are fighting, bidding, and paying small fortunes for coins most people never even knew existed. Let's moving on. First up, 2012 Australian $2 coin. Red Poppy Remembrance Day. In 2012, to mark the solemn occasion of Remembrance Day and to honor the countless men and women who served and sacrificed for Australia, the Royal Australian Mint released a coin that would go on to become one of the most sought-after modern collectibles in the country's numismatic history, the iconic Red Poppy $2 coin. Striking in both its design and in its symbolism, this coin quickly transcended its modest face value of just $2 and became a rare masterpiece, treasured by collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike. Its initial release was intended to bring a sense of national reflection, with the vibrant red-colored poppy on its reverse, serving as a poignant tribute to the Anzac spirit and the collective memory of the First World War. Only a relatively small number of these coins were produced, and even fewer entered general circulation in pristine condition, which instantly created scarcity. Unlike standard currency pieces, this coin carried a deeply personal meaning for Australians. The red poppy has long stood as a universal emblem of remembrance, a flower representing courage, resilience, and the everlasting memory of those who gave their lives. Its delicate crimson petals, perfectly captured through modern minting and printing techniques, lent the coin an emotional and aesthetic appeal unmatched by other contemporary releases. Collectors around the globe recognize this particular coin as the pioneer of colored circulation coins in Australia. Before its arrival, coins were largely seen as utilitarian instruments of commerce. The Red Poppy $2 coin shifted perceptions, showing how minting technology could marry everyday currency with artistry, symbolism, and historical commemoration. The use of vibrant color in a mainstream coin was groundbreaking for the Royal Australian Mint, paving the way for future releases that blended innovation with cultural narrative. Over the years, the value of the 2012 Red Poppy has skyrocketed. Initially, people who stumbled upon one in their change may have thought it was simply a curious novelty. But soon after, its rarity and emotional significance began to fuel a frenzied demand. Stories circulated of collectors paying hundreds, then thousands, for a single coin. Now, with mint state examples reaching heights of up to $95,000 in auction and private sales, it stands as a modern legend of numismatics. To own this coin today is not merely to hold a piece of legal tender, but to possess a living monument, an artifact that links generations, preserves national memory, and embodies the extraordinary journey of a simple $2 coin turned treasure. The allure of the Red Poppy coin is magnified by its narrative. It is more than precious metal or color. It is a story in your hand. Each coin is a miniature canvas, telling the story of remembrance and legacy, echoing across decades of Australian and global history. For many collectors, the thrill is not only in its rarity, but in its capacity to evoke deep emotions and collective pride. That is why its market value remains so high and continues to grow, because this coin occupies the rarest of positions, a numismatic piece that is both historically sacred and financially powerful. Next up, 2013 Australian $2 coin, Purple Coronation. In 2013, Australia's numismatic history was once again rewritten when the Royal Australian Mint introduced the breathtaking Purple Coronation $2 coin, a release that celebrated the 60th anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II's coronation in 1953. Following the unprecedented popularity of the 2012 Red Poppy coin, collectors and the general public alike were primed for something extraordinary. What emerged was a coin that not only echoed the innovation of its predecessor, but expanded upon it, marrying tradition, modern artistry, and a sense of royal grandeur into a piece of currency that today commands astronomical values on the collector's market. The coin's distinctive feature is its central coronation crown motif, set against a dazzling burst of radiating lines and highlighted with a regal, purple ring encircling the design. Purple throughout history has symbolized nobility, luxury, and sovereignty, making it the perfect color to honor a queen whose reign was already being etched into the annals of world history. The striking hue was applied using advanced minting techniques, ensuring that the coin would immediately stand out in circulation. For many Australians, it was the first time they had seen such vibrant artistry in a coin they could potentially receive as change. For collectors, it was an announcement that Australia had embraced the era of modern, color-enhanced numismatics in a way that was both dignified and celebratory. Scarcity, of course, is at the heart of its enduring desirability. While the Royal Australian Mint produced a notable quantity, not all were released into circulation, and pristine examples quickly disappeared into private collections. This limited availability, coupled with the immense cultural and historical significance of the occasion it honored, ensured that demand would soar. Within months of its release, the coin was trading far above its face value. Over the ensuing years, as the appetite for rare-colored coins intensified, and the prestige of the red poppy release cast a halo effect over similar issues, the purple coronation $2 coin cemented itself as a crown jewel in modern Australian numismatics. Today, with specimens reaching astonishing values of up to $76,500, it stands as a testament to both rarity and the emotional connection between coinage and national identity. Beyond its numismatic rarity, this coin carries immense symbolic weight. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II marked not only a pivotal moment in British history, but also in the shared heritage of Commonwealth nations, including Australia. The purple coronation $2 coin bridges that historical moment with the present, offering collectors a tangible connection to a queen whose influence spanned 7 decades. Holding the coin is like holding a piece of living history, infused with the weight of tradition, loyalty, and the continuity of the monarchy. It serves as a cultural relic that transcends its $2 denomination, embodying both the reverence of a royal milestone and the innovation of modern minting. For seasoned collectors, the purple coronation coin is an irresistible acquisition because it represents more than rarity. It embodies narrative, artistry, and the prestige of ownership. Its luminous purple detailing does not just catch the eye, it speaks to a legacy. It resonates with those who appreciate the delicate interplay between historical commemoration and cutting-edge minting innovation. Each specimen becomes a miniature artifact of royal celebration, blending affordability at the time of release with extraordinary escalation in value, a quality that continues to drive its desirability across global markets. Ultimately, the 2013 Purple Coronation $2 coin exemplifies the phenomenon of modern numismatics. A coin that began as a circulating piece of everyday currency, only to ascend into the uppermost echelons of collectible wealth and cultural prestige. Its market price today reflects not just rarity but reverence, not just beauty but belonging. To possess one is to secure a piece of numismatic royalty, a coin that will forever remain intertwined with a nation's heritage and a queen's enduring legacy. Next up, 2015 Australian $2 coin. Lest we forget, Anzac Cove. In 2015, to mark the centenary of one of the most defining events in Australia's military history, the Royal Australian Mint unveiled the extraordinary, lest we forget, Anzac Cove $2 coin. This release was far more than a commemorative issue. It was a national moment cast in metal, created to honor the bravery, sacrifice, and resilience of the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps who landed on the shores of Gallipoli in 1915. A century later, that legacy was immortalized in a coin that captured the hearts of collectors and patriots alike, one that would ultimately ascend to become a high-value rarity now fetching prices as high as $42,700 in the numismatic marketplace. The coin's design immediately distinguished it from standard circulating issues. It features a striking ring of deep orange gold encircling the words, "Lest we forget," paired with a representation of the rising sun emblem, one of the most enduring and revered symbols of the Australian Army. The warm, fiery tones of the outer ring evoke both the dawn of the Anzac landing and the eternal flame of remembrance. In a single glance, the coin radiates both solemnity and pride, offering a visual connection to the Gallipoli spirit that has shaped Australia's national identity for more than a century. What makes this coin truly special is not only its aesthetic design but the timing of its release. The centenary of Anzac Cove was a once-in-a-lifetime milestone, drawing nationwide and global attention. Ceremonies, pilgrimages, and tributes flowed across Australia and New Zealand, and the Royal Australian Mint's contribution through this commemorative coin ensured that the legacy of Gallipoli could be carried in the hands and pockets of ordinary citizens. Yet, as is often the case with numismatic treasures, the limited mintage and overwhelming demand meant that not everyone could obtain one. Scarcity soon became the defining feature, as countless Australians searched for the coin in their change, only to find it elusive. Within months, the coin was already commanding values far above its $2 face. Collectors recognized that this was not merely a coin, but a centenary artifact, a national relic minted for the ages. Over the years, pristine examples graded at the highest levels have driven the coin's market value into the tens of thousands. Today, with examples fetching up to $42,700, the lest we forget, Anzac Cove coin has become one of the cornerstone issues in modern Australian numismatics, a piece whose demand is fueled equally by patriotism, rarity, and its timeless storytelling power. The appeal of this coin lies in its dual nature. It is both personal and collective. For individuals, it serves as a keepsake of family history, as countless Australians can trace their heritage back to relatives who fought or fell at Gallipoli. For the nation, it is a tangible reminder of unity, courage, and sacrifice, values that underpin the very fabric of Australian identity. In this way, the coin transcends its physical form. It becomes a bridge between past and present, between individual memory and national legacy. For investors and collectors, the coin embodies the perfect blend of conditions that drive long-term value appreciation, limited release, historical commemoration, visually striking design, and emotional resonance. Its market price reflects not just rarity, but also reverence, ensuring that demand will remain strong for decades to come. Owning the 2015 Lest We Forget Anzac Cove coin is to hold a centenary monument in miniature, a piece of history distilled into the everyday, yet elevated to the extraordinary. Next up, 2015 Australian $2 coin, Flanders Fields. In the same year, 2015, the Royal Australian Mint extended its series of remembrance-themed coinage with another masterpiece, the Flanders Fields $2 coin. Where the Anzac Cove release paid tribute to the landing at Gallipoli, this coin broadened the scope of remembrance by honoring the symbolic fields of poppies in Belgium, where some of the most devastating battles of World War I were fought. Flanders Fields has long stood as a universal metaphor for sacrifice, resilience, and renewal, immortalized in the famous poem by Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae. By embedding this imagery into a circulating coin, the Mint created a work of art that combined history, poetry, and patriotism, all within the humble frame of a $2 piece. The coin's design is arresting and deeply symbolic. Its outer ring carries a vivid red poppy motif, each flower rendered with precision and care, encircling the core design that commemorates the fallen of Flanders Fields. The red poppy, of course, is internationally recognized as the emblem of remembrance. But here, on this coin, it takes on added resonance. As Australians and New Zealanders reflect on their shared sacrifices in foreign soil, so far from home, the interplay of color, text, and form transforms this coin into a miniature memorial, one that can be carried in a pocket or displayed in a collection, yet holds the gravity of global history within it. Scarcity, once again, is the cornerstone of its numismatic allure. While a limited number were minted, the intensity of national demand during the centenary years meant that these coins were quickly absorbed into circulation and collections. Many were handled, spent, or misplaced, leaving pristine examples increasingly rare and highly prized. For collectors who sought to assemble the complete series of remembrance-themed $2 coins, the Flanders Fields issue became an essential but challenging acquisition. Its symbolic importance ensured that demand remained constant, and as time passed, its market value rose dramatically, now reaching as much as $3,700 at auctions and private sales. The Flanders Fields $2 coin is not just an investment piece, it is a cultural artifact, a token of remembrance that binds Australia's story to the broader narrative of global sacrifice during the First World War. Each time it exchanges hands, it carries with it the echoes of history, reminding its holder of the price paid for peace. For many, this connection is more valuable than the coin's market price. It is an heirloom, a collectible that feels alive with meaning, as though it carries the whispers of those who never returned from the battlefields of Europe. From a collector's standpoint, this coin represents the ideal convergence of factors: artistic design, historical gravity, limited supply, and enduring emotional resonance. Its role as part of the broader Remembrance coin series also strengthens its position in the market, as demand is further fueled by those seeking to complete their sets. As a result, its financial value is unlikely to diminish, ensuring its status as both a sentimental treasure and a formidable investment. Today, with valuations climbing toward $37,200, the 2015 Flanders Fields $2 coin occupies an exalted position within modern Australian numismatics. It is a coin that is both humble and grand, both ordinary and extraordinary. A small disc of metal transformed into a timeless tribute. To own it is to hold more than wealth. It is to cradle remembrance itself. To carry in your hand a piece of living history that honors the fallen, inspires the living, and forever binds the present to the past. Next up, 2012 Australian $2 coin. Gold Poppy Remembrance Day. In 2012, alongside the groundbreaking Red Poppy release that stunned both the public and the numismatic community, the Royal Australian Mint also issued the now legendary Gold Poppy $2 coin. While the Red Poppy quickly rose to fame for being the first coloured circulating coin in Australian history, its golden sibling quietly entered circulation as a companion piece, often overlooked in its earliest days. Yet with time, patience, and an ever-growing understanding of its true rarity, the Gold Poppy has emerged as one of the most desirable and prestigious coins in the modern Australian market, today commanding values as high as $68,000. The coin's design pays homage to remembrance in a subtler but no less meaningful way. Instead of the brilliant red petals that dominate the Red Poppy version, the Gold Poppy features a delicate golden hue at its center, radiating outward in an elegant simplicity that captures both solemnity and grace. The poppy itself, even without its crimson tone, is instantly recognizable, standing as the enduring emblem of sacrifice and memory. What gives this coin its unique resonance is that it is often viewed as the quieter tribute, the coin that whispers rather than shouts, yet carries within it the same powerful symbolism of lives lost and remembered. Mintage figures for the Gold Poppy remain relatively low, and its distribution was not as widespread as standard issues, which immediately built an aura of scarcity. Many collectors who initially focused on acquiring the Red Poppy soon realized that the Gold Poppy was, in fact, even harder to locate in uncirculated condition. This scarcity has driven relentless demand over the past decade, with its value climbing steadily as collectors and investors alike compete to add it to their holdings. The financial journey of the coin mirrors its symbolic weight. Once a simple $2 piece in circulation, now a highly sought-after treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. From a collector's perspective, the gold poppy coin is more than just a companion issue. It is the hidden gem of the Remembrance series. Its understated design has matured into an object of deep appreciation, and its scarcity ensures that ownership is a mark of distinction. Investors are equally drawn to it, not only because of its rarity but also because it shares the historic significance of being part of the first Australian coloured coin releases. Together, the red and gold poppy coins form a matched pair of national icons, one fiery and bold, the other refined and luminous. Owning both is considered a pinnacle achievement in modern Australian numismatics. The gold poppy's ascent to its current market value of $68,000 highlights how modern coinage can transcend function and become living artifacts of cultural memory. For those who possess one, it is not just a coin, it is a legacy, a piece of art, a national relic. It is a reminder that sometimes the greatest treasures are the ones that begin their journey quietly, only to reveal their full worth as time, memory and meaning converge. Next up, 2014. Australian $2 coin Remembrance Dove. 2 years later, in 2014, the Royal Australian Mint continued to build on its remarkable success in creating remembrance-themed coins with the release of the Remembrance Dove $2 coin. This issue marked a significant evolution in the narrative of commemorative numismatics, as it not only honored the fallen, but also introduced the universal symbol of peace, the dove. The result was a coin that blended commemoration with hope, sacrifice with renewal, and remembrance with a vision of harmony for future generations. Today, the Remembrance Dove is revered as one of the most powerful symbolic coins in Australia's modern history, valued at up to $50,300. The coin's design is breathtaking in its execution. At its center, the graceful silhouette of a dove, wings outstretched, is depicted soaring against a radiating field of light. Encircling the image is a vivid ring of scarlet, a bold reminder of the poppy and its eternal place in remembrance symbolism. Together, these elements create a composition that is both solemn and uplifting. ADOI, tribute not only to those who gave their lives, but also to the enduring hope for peace in a world forever changed by conflict. Unlike earlier releases that focused squarely on memory, the Dove coin expanded the narrative, offering a forward-looking message of reconciliation and unity. Mintage was again limited, and public anticipation was intense following the popularity of the 2012 red and gold poppy issues. Many Australians eagerly searched for the coin in their change, while collectors scrambled to secure pristine examples. As demand far outstripped supply, scarcity took hold almost immediately. Over time, this scarcity has only deepened, driving the coin's value into the tens of thousands. Its current market value of $5,300 places it firmly among the elite tier of collectible modern coins, prized equally for its beauty, symbolism, and rarity. The Remembrance Dove is not just a numismatic artifact, it is a cultural statement. It represents Australia's commitment to remembering the past while striving for peace in the future. For many, it is more than a collectible. It is a tangible embodiment of values. The imagery of the dove resonates deeply across cultures, making this coin not only a national treasure, but also a piece with global appeal. Collectors from outside Australia recognize its artistry and symbolism, further increasing demand on the international market. From an investment standpoint, the Dove coin checks all the boxes: limited availability, universal symbolism, striking design, and a place in a prestigious series of remembrance-themed coins. Its place within the progression of Australian commemorative issues ensures it will always be sought after, and its emotional power guarantees that its relevance will never fade. To hold the 2014 Remembrance Dove coin is to hold a vision of balance between loss and peace, sacrifice and renewal. It is a coin that speaks across generations, carrying with it both the memory of war and the hope for a brighter future. Its presence in a collection elevates the entire ensemble, marking the owner not only as a collector, but as a custodian of meaning and legacy. That is why, at $54,300, it is considered not just a coin, but a masterpiece in modern numismatic history. Next up, 2018, Australian $2 coin armistice, 100 years. In 2018, the Royal Australian Mint released a coin of profound historical and emotional weight, the Armistice $2 coin, commemorating the centenary of the end of World War I, struck to mark 100 years since the guns fell silent on the 11th of November 1918. This coin carries not only a monetary value, but also an immense symbolic gravity. It encapsulates the triumph of peace over war, the resilience of nations, and the enduring spirit of remembrance that continues to echo across generations. Today, with market value soaring to $20,500, the Armistice coin stands as both a cultural artifact and a highly coveted treasure in Australian numismatics. The coin's design is both elegant and poignant. At its heart lies a dove, wings outstretched, carrying an olive branch, a universal emblem of peace. Encircling the dove is a striking ring of purple, representing solemn remembrance and the dignity of sacrifice. Etched along the border are rays radiating outward, symbolizing the dawn of peace after the darkness of global conflict. The meticulous artistry ensures that the coin is more than just a commemorative issue. It is a miniature monument to one of the most pivotal turning points in modern history. The release of this coin was met with national reverence. Australians across the country gathered for centenary commemorations, paying tribute to the fallen while reflecting on the enormous cost of war. The coin captured the emotional resonance of that moment, ensuring that the memory of armistice would live on not only in history, books and ceremonies, but also in the hands of everyday Australians. Yet, as with all great numismatic treasures, scarcity quickly became the defining feature. Limited mintage and overwhelming demand meant that collectors raced to secure their examples, while many who encountered the coin in circulation were reluctant to part with it, recognizing its significance. Over the years, pristine, uncirculated examples of the Armistice coin have commanded escalating values, with the market now placing it among the elite of modern Australian rarities. Its appeal is universal, sought after not only by seasoned numismatists but also by historians, investors, and families with ties to the legacy of war. Its financial trajectory reflects the perfect convergence of conditions that define lasting value: historical gravity, striking design, scarcity, and emotional resonance. For collectors, owning the Armistice coin is akin to possessing a centenary relic, a coin that carries with it the whispers of soldiers, the mourning of families, and the collective relief of peace restored. Its market valuation of $29,500 is not merely a figure of monetary worth, it is a testament to the enduring power of remembrance. This coin does not sit idly in collections. It occupies a place of honor, reminding us that even in times of great darkness, the light of peace can prevail. Next up, 2019. Australian $2 coin police remembrance. The following year in 2019, the Royal Australian Mint turned its attention to another vital aspect of national service and sacrifice with the release of the Police Remembrance $2 coin. This coin was created to honor the brave men and women of Australia's police forces who lost their lives in the line of duty. It is a solemn tribute to those who served their communities with courage, dedication, and integrity, and whose sacrifices ensured the safety and security of countless others. Today, this coin stands as both a symbol of respect and a high-value collectible, with pristine examples reaching $22,800 in the numismatic market. The coin's design is at once simple and powerful. At its center is a constellation of radiant blue stars, representing both the eternal memory of fallen officers and the guiding light of service. The blue is striking and unmistakable, chosen to reflect the color most closely associated with policing worldwide. Encircling the stars is a finely detailed pattern of laurel leaves, a classical symbol of honor and remembrance. Together, these elements create a design that balances solemn tribute with visual distinction, ensuring that the coin stands out both as an artistic work and as a piece of cultural heritage. Unlike commemorative coins tied to major national anniversaries, the police remembrance issue carries a unique type of resonance. It is not about one single event, but about an ongoing tradition of service and sacrifice. Every year, Police Remembrance Day is observed across Australia, and this coin ties directly into that ritual of respect. For families of fallen officers, it serves as a tangible token of national gratitude. For the wider community, it represents recognition of the risks that police officers face daily. In this way, the coin functions not only as a collectible, but as a living memorial, carried into the future by those who value its message. From the standpoint of rarity and collectability, the Police Remembrance coin followed the now established pattern of high demand, outstripping limited supply. Collectors who had witnessed the soaring success of earlier colored $2 releases moved swiftly to secure examples, while members of the policing community and their families sought the coin for its deeply personal meaning. This dual demand created an environment of scarcity almost immediately. Over the years, that scarcity has only grown, driving values upward until today, when the coin's worth has reached as much as $22,800. What makes this coin especially compelling, from a market perspective, is the way it bridges two audiences: traditional numismatists seeking rarity and symbolic value, and families or organizations with direct ties to the service it commemorates. This layered demand ensures enduring desirability, making the Police Remembrance $2 coin both a meaningful tribute and a shrewd investment. To own this coin is to hold a piece of collective respect in the palm of your hand. It is a reminder of service, sacrifice, and community, a tangible way of saying, "We remember." For collectors, it is also a jewel of modern Australian numismatics, a coin that demonstrates how currency can become more than just an instrument of trade. It can become a vessel of meaning. At $22,800, its market value reflects not only scarcity but the immeasurable worth of respect and remembrance, enshrined forever in the form of a $2 coin. Next up, 2021. Australian $2 coin Aboriginal flag. In 2021, the Royal Australian Mint issued a landmark coin that transcended numismatics and entered the realm of cultural identity and national recognition, the Aboriginal flag $2 coin. This release was a historic first, the striking of a circulating coin bearing the iconic Aboriginal flag, a design of profound significance to Australia's First Nations peoples and to the nation as a whole. For collectors, historians, and communities alike, the coin represented a fusion of symbolism, acknowledgement, and artistry that quickly elevated it into the pantheon of must-have modern rarities. Today, with values climbing to $1,700 for pristine examples, this coin is viewed as one of the most important cultural releases in Australia's numismatic history. The design is simple yet utterly powerful. At the coin's center lies the unmistakable image of the Aboriginal flag, a black upper half representing the Aboriginal people, a red lower half symbolizing the earth and spiritual connection to country, and a radiant yellow sun at the heart of the design, representing life and hope. Surrounding this image is the traditional golden ring of the $2 coin, creating a harmonious balance between the modern colored flag and the established framework of Australia's circulating currency. The effect is striking, making this coin both visually compelling and instantly recognizable. This release was timed to coincide with the 50th anniversary of the Aboriginal flag's first raising in 1971. The decision to immortalize the flag on a coin carried immense symbolic weight, signaling acknowledgement of Indigenous culture and resilience within the fabric of Australia's national identity. The coin became more than a collector's item. It became a symbol of respect, recognition, and unity. For many Australians, especially Indigenous communities, it was the first time they saw their flag enshrined in the nation's everyday currency, a historic gesture that elevated its importance in public consciousness. Demand for the coin was overwhelming from the outset. Collectors, investors, and members of the public sought it not only as a financial opportunity but also as a piece of cultural history. Its relatively limited mintage ensured that supply quickly fell short of demand, and as examples disappeared into permanent collections, scarcity began to define its trajectory. Within a short span, values climbed rapidly, and today the Aboriginal flag coin fetches as much as $1,700, cementing its reputation as both a financial and cultural powerhouse in the numismatic world. For collectors, this coin offers more than rarity. It offers narrative. To own the Aboriginal flag, $2 coin is to hold a statement of heritage, resilience, and recognition in one's hand. It connects the numismatic community with Australia's deeper cultural story, creating a bridge between currency and identity. For investors, its combination of cultural weight and limited availability ensures long-term growth potential, as its symbolic resonance guarantees enduring demand. The Aboriginal flag coin embodies the power of modern numismatics, the ability to capture history, identity, and meaning in a form as humble yet enduring as currency. At 17,600, it stands not just as a collectible but as a landmark in Australia's cultural and numismatic evolution. Next up, 2022. Australian $2 coin Honeybee. In 2022, the Royal Australian Mint shifted from themes of remembrance and cultural commemoration to celebrate one of nature's most vital and industrious creatures, the honeybee. The Honeybee $2 coin, released to mark 200 years since the introduction of the European honeybee to Australia, became an immediate sensation for its beauty, uniqueness, and unexpected resonance with the public. Within months, it had become one of the most in-demand coins of the modern era, now commanding values of up to $13,000 in the secondary market. The design is vibrant and alive with detail. At its center, a bee in mid-flight hovers above hexagonal honeycomb cells, wings outstretched in delicate precision. Surrounding the bee is a golden honey-colored ring, evoking both the richness of honey and the warmth of nature's cycles. The artistry of the design perfectly balances scientific accuracy with numismatic elegance, transforming an everyday insect into a symbol of industriousness, interconnectedness, and ecological significance. For many Australians, the coin served as a reminder of the honeybee's indispensable role in pollination and food production, without which modern agriculture could not survive. The release of the honeybee coin struck a chord beyond traditional collectors. Environmental advocates, educators, and everyday Australians embraced it for its broader message of sustainability and appreciation of nature. It wasn't just a coin, it was a statement on the interconnectedness of humanity and the natural world, compressed into a pocket-sized work of art. This wide-reaching appeal meant that demand was staggering from the outset, and the coin became extremely scarce in circulation almost immediately. From a market perspective, the honeybee coin exemplifies the unpredictable magic of modern numismatics. While remembrance and cultural coins are often guaranteed to attract attention due to their solemn significance, the honeybee's success demonstrated that nature and environmental symbolism could also captivate public imagination. This broad resonance drove up demand, with collectors fiercely competing for pristine examples. As fewer and fewer uncirculated coins remained available, prices climbed steadily, propelling its value to $13,000. What makes the honeybee coin particularly compelling as a collectible is its layered significance. It commemorates not only the bicentenary of the honeybee's introduction to Australia, but also underscores the species' role in sustaining ecosystems and food security. Its design celebrates beauty, but its symbolism is grounded in necessity, reminding its holders of the fragile balance between human life and the natural environment. For collectors, the honeybee coin represents a refreshing expansion of themes within Australia's modern numismatic series, showing that coins can celebrate not only history and culture, but also the wonders of the natural world. For investors, it offers all the hallmarks of long-term value growth, limited availability, striking design, broad symbolic appeal, and cross-market demand. Today, with its market value at $13,000, the Honeybee $2 coin is considered one of the great success stories of modern Australian coinage, a piece that is at once whimsical and profound, modest in face value but monumental in meaning. To hold it is to hold not only a treasure of numismatics, but also a tribute to the small yet mighty creatures upon which so much of life depends.